Hey guys, so in this video, I'm going to break down why sports betting win rates are absolutely irrelevant without taking some other things into context. And if you watch this video, it is going to help you make a lot more money, save a lot more money, and you're just going to become such a better sports bettor. Now, I'm the owner of Elite Picks. If you don't know us, I've been banned from major casinos for being a profitable advantage player like BetMGM, ESPN Bet, and many more. And I've made thousands of dollars in the sports betting market. And this is just a free training on some things that I think every sports bettor should understand. And it's going to help you avoid some scams as well. So, the first thing I want to break down for you is why sports betting win rates are completely pointless without taking your average odds into context. So, I literally built these tools completely free. You can go in the description and I'll have them linked. But the first thing on elitepicks.com is we have some free calculators. Head over to our sports betting odds calculator and basically just go in and put in some inputs. So put in $100 for your bet amount and then go to your American odds and put minus 110. And the calculator will tell you, as you can see right here, it says implied odds 52.38%. So what this calculator does is it tells you what percent of your bets you need to win to make a profit sports betting. So if you're betting minus 110 odds, meaning bet $110 in order to win $100 of profit. So for reference, bet 110, as you can see down here, 210 total in payout. It tells you at these odds, you're going to need a win rate of 52.38% or more to make a profit. Now, if you're betting big favorites, like minus 200, it'll tell you you need to win 66.7% of your picks or more to make a profit sports betting. And it goes the other way as well. If you bet big underdogs, like plus 200, you will need to win 33.3% or more of your picks to be profitable in the long run. So when you hear people online saying they hit 60%, you need to make sure that the odds they're betting at, it's profitable. Because as I just showed you, minus 200 for bigger favorites, if you're winning 65% of your picks at minus 200, you're actually a losing sports bettor. And it also goes the other way. Like if it's plus 200, for example, I can win 35% of my picks and I'll be very, very, very profitable. So that's one part and one basic thing that you might have already known, but I want to get a little bit more in depth for some of the more people that have already been sports betting for a while. So again, we have all these tools on our website for free. The next one I'm going to jump into is something called an odds value calculator. And what this does is it shows you your expected win and your expected loss at a casino. So put in a $100 wager, just for an example, makes it easier. Put in American odds, let's say minus 110 because it's the most common. And when odds are listed at minus 110 on both sides, it means it's a 50-50 game, meaning the casino thinks either team could win. It's very balanced and even. So the win rate would be 50% is what the casino expects. As you can see down here, for every $100 you risk, the casino expects you to lose about $4.55. And that's why they say the house always wins. The thing is, as we just found out from our other calculator, at minus 110 odds, right here, if I put in minus 110, we found out the break-even win rate is 52.38%. So if we go to the odds value calculator and we put in 52.38%, you can see $0 expected value, meaning the house expects you to break even. All this means is that if you win 53% of your picks, you're making mathematically profitable bets. So if you are betting at minus 110 odds, you're going to need to win 53% of your picks or more to be profitable. And if you win 54%, you can see your profit goes up. So this means every time you wager $100 and you're winning 54% of your picks at these odds, you're going to make $3.09 in profit on average. So if you make 100 bets and you win 54 of them, you'll make this times 100 or $309. Now, this is where it gets crazy because you might have seen people online saying like, oh, we hit 60% of our picks. And as someone who's actually a pro sports bettor and has made a lot of money doing this, 60% is crazy. Like, there's not many people in the world that have ever done that. And I highly doubt these people on Instagram you're seeing are actually hitting 60%. Because look, as I just put in $14.55 of expected value. This means that whatever person is telling you they hit 60%, whatever pro, they're telling you they have an edge over the house of 14.5%. Think about it, guys. These casinos are worth billions of dollars. They're not dumb. They're not going to let some random dudes on Instagram driving these Lamborghinis have that big of an edge over them. This means that for every 100 bets you win, or 100 bets you place and have a 60% win rate, you're going to win this times 100, or $1,400 pretty much, which is just insane and like pretty much not possible. So the actual pros I know that are betting at minus 110, they're winning like 55%, which is a lot more reasonable and actually possible. So for the guys like betting and saying, oh, we have 72% hit rate, like, no, you don't, dude. This is unreal. Like, as I just showed you, the house edge that they take away from you is literally $4.55. There's no shot in hell that you're actually hitting 72% and winning that much, especially in the long run. Maybe over a smaller sample size, like 100 picks, but no, in the long run. And we can play around with this with a bunch of different odds. Like if you put in minus 200, you'll see, as we mentioned before, you need to hit 66.67% of your picks to break even. So if you hit 65% of your picks at these odds, you lose that much. And you can feel free to play around with this if you want. Again, it's all free on our website. And yeah, feel free to check that out. Next up that I wanted to cover is something called a No-Vig calculator. And this is basically going to tell you if the casinos didn't exist or if they had our best interest, which they don't, what would the odds be when you went to go and place a wager? So go on your local casino, maybe FanDuel, something along those lines. I just pulled up Pinnacle Sportsbook. As you can see, they have this football game at these odds. So minus 247 on the favorite, plus 206 on the underdog. So I can just go in here and minus 246 and 207. And what this calculator does, and again, completely free, link in the description, is it'll tell you a no-vig percentage. So this guy's is getting a little bit more advanced. You don't need to know this stuff, but this is how I've made a lot of money doing this. And for context, we give you all this for free if you end up joining Elite Picks. We literally spoon feed you guys profitable bets, mathematically profitable bets. These are bots that update 24/7. And yeah, we'll leave it at that for now. There's other videos on my channel about this, but if you're interested, go sign up at Elite Picks. Anyway, a no-vig percentage is when you put in, as we just found, minus 247 plus 206. All right, I was a little bit off right there. And it tells you the no-vig odds. This means if the casinos didn't exist or if they liked us, they would say, hey, come in, and these would be the actual odds. So if there was no house edge involved at all, you'd be able to go into the casino, you'd bet $100 on plus 217 on the underdog, and if it won, you'd make $217. And then if you wanted to bet on the favorite, you'd have to bet $217 to win 100. So for those of you that understand betting odds, which I assume most of you do, you always see that the favorite, the minus, is always a bigger number than the underdog, and that's the house edge. So all no-vig odds is when you eliminate that essentially and it becomes the same number. So how you can actually determine your edge against the house, and again, this is a little bit more advanced for some of you, is you go to our odds value calculator, which we were just on earlier, showing you expected values. You take your wager amount, so for example, $100. Then you take any bet you want to place. So for example, let's say I wanted to go bet on something like Auburn, and I took them at minus 247. I go in here, I put in minus 247. And then for the win probability, I go to my No-Vig Fair Odds Calculator, and you can see here's the Auburn line from earlier, minus 247, and we have a no-vig win percentage of this. So if the casino didn't have an edge, it would be 68.53, and we'd go over here, 68.53, and we can see that every time we bet $100 on Pinnacle on Auburn minus 247, they expect us to lose $3.73. So that's how casinos work essentially. But how you can use this to your advantage and how we use it to our advantage is you find a casino like Pinnacle with something called a small market width, and you essentially take that and you extrapolate it and you look at FanDuel's, the DraftKings, and you see where there's major errors, meaning Pinnacle's more accurate and FanDuel might have it mispriced. And that's essentially how the spot functions and how it works. So, for example, this line's at minus 108, and the no-vig line is telling us it should have been minus 130, for example, something along those lines. So then we're getting a good value. And like, let's just say, for an example's sake, if we got Auburn at or at minus 200 at say FanDuel, and as you can see here, it shouldn't be minus 200, it would be minus 247. But like for example's sake, let's say we got them at a better value, and this is the no vig. You can see you have an expected profit betting. So if that confuses you, don't worry. Like we don't make you do any of this. It's just a bit more to explain and give you guys some layers of understanding behind how I've used math to make a lot of money. And there's other softwares out there that do similar things to this. And we just think ours is super easy and simple, and it's in a nice Discord. So for those of you familiar with that, our bots update every 20 seconds to make sure these markets are super on point and super accurate. We have an arbitrage bot as well, which is a whole nother topic, which is risk-free returns. Granted, they are smaller returns than positive EV betting, but that's just it in a basic sense, really. And I hope you guys learned something from this video. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment and I'll get back to you. I'll get back to everyone, really. But yeah, hope you guys have a good day.